Hello everybody. So today we're going to fly some helicopters. I'm going to compare them, or at least give you my opinion on them, with the R66, the 206B, the 500E, and the 407. So we'll start off with the R66, which is a really nice helicopter. Love the way they did this. Everything seems to be working good. Of course, I have an Xbox, and the avionics, as you can see, the avionics is off. I just did a fresh reboot. I fired the helicopter up. It was on, and then it turned itself off. But I don't need it anyway today, so I'm not going to worry about it. But that's something that frequently happens. Some of the helicopters do it a lot. Some of them don't do much. So we're going to take this one up just a little bit. There's been a lot of videos on this one, so I'm not going to have to go over a whole lot. But you know what the build looks like. Outstanding. The noise, the sound factor on it's great. Don't have any problems with it. Not the best one, but it's still pretty good. Handles good and hover. Pedal turns like the real deal. All the power adjustments that you make are pretty realistic. Of course, I use a Thrustmaster stick and throttle, so I have a twist grip and a torque on this one. So a lot of times when I crank and bank, I don't even put much torque in on the pedals. So you'll usually see me slide turn these things around, but there's only one particular helicopter that I can fully use anti-torque pedals with no issues, and that's the 407. That thing just accepts it perfect. These other helicopters are very sensitive, so yeah, you will notice that. But she hovers good, sounds good, looks good. So there you see kind of a slide turn, no rudder input, no anti-torque input in there, so no big deal. I've not flown this one a whole lot yet. I just got it. I was not going to get it because of the cost, but because I've flown the real deal, the R22 and the R44, I just wanted something that to compare with the real deal, and so far I'm happy with this thing. Pretty happy with it. So we'll go ahead and put her down, and we'll go to the next helicopter. Okay, so we're in the 206B, and as you can tell, the avionics is off on this as well. So two different helicopters with the same problem. It's just the navigation systems on a clean boot up. They come on, I fire the helicopter up, and they go off. Not all the time, but a lot. And it shouldn't do that at all. Okay, sound-wise, this helicopter has the best sound out there, no question. Whoever did the sound on this has got it nailed. Alright, so let's bring her up to a hover. And we'll move over to the grass. Pedal turn. A little bit of power adjustment there needed on a left turn. Okay, so we'll pick her back up. We want to get about 3 or 4 feet above the ground. Now I'm going to try to hold it. But as you can see, no matter where I put my throttle, it will neutralize. I'm doing very, very super fine movements, and it will not stay at a hover. It either climbs or it descends. So, to me, that's not good. Don't like it. Now there might be some adjustments I can do, on the throttle. I don't know, but as you can see, it's very, very difficult to find that sweet spot, and you shouldn't have to worry about that. There should be, you should be able to feel that hover point. So, all right, let's go ahead and move forward. Maneuvering the 206 is good, feels like the real deal. But the only problem I have with this one is watch the nose as I'm flying and making different attitude changes. Watch the nose of the aircraft. It's searching all the time. You have to really, and I'm putting in, believe me, I'm putting in very small movements, but it searches constantly. I'm getting stutters already. Thank you, Microsoft. Fresh reboot, and I'm getting stutters. So, in straight level flight with trim, you have to work at it on keeping her straight and level, and try to keep that nose from wandering. But it does wander more than pretty much any helicopter I've flown on the simulator. And in real flight, you're going to have that if it's windy. Other than that, you shouldn't be having to fight it. Okay, so as far as decel goes, we'll see what she does here. Take her over to this grass spot. Alright, I'm starting to decel. Pulling a lot of back pressure, back stick. More back stick. Now, when you bring the power back in, she really gets kind of loose on you. That's a horrible landing. That was my fault. Let me bring her back up. When you transition to as you can see, I'm fighting that nose. Very small inputs, but yet I'm still fighting it. So anyway, 206B in cruise flight, it does well. The sound is the best I've ever heard. The looks outstanding, no question about it. But is it one of my favorites to fly? No, it's not. It'll wear you out. Alright, let's go try the 500E. Okay, so now we're in the 500E, and of course you can see the avionics is on this one. So the looks of the helicopter is outstanding, very well modeled. I'm not going to go into all that too much because there's gazillion videos of that, but we will do a flight test on it. So let's pick it up to a hover. So pretty much the same as the 206B. A lot of very light inputs have to be made to hover. Let's go ahead and take it over to the grass. This helicopter does very good pedal turns, has good control in pedal turns, it doesn't wander all over the place. Alright, so I'm going to try to hold a hover here. And again, I'm having a hard time finding that very happy neutral spot to hover. Either wants to climb or wants to descend. That's about as close as I can get it right there. But that is better than the 206B by a long shot. The sound on this helicopter is great, no problems. Pretty close to the 206. Cruise flight is pretty good on it if you get the trim right. It's not bad. This helicopter doesn't wander near as much as the 206 does, as you can see. It's pretty well holding itself. Alright, now total. Let's see if I can get rid of these stutters. Oh my god. It's horrible. I can't even show you a decel. Well, this was probably not a good location to test these helicopters. I've never seen such shitty ass stuttering in my life. This is a reboot. Good reboot too. It's a shame. Alright, anyway, I'm bringing down the collector slowly, and it's not all jerky, it's very smooth, which is easy to put down on the ground, no problems. Anyway, other than the stuttering and the, just horrible. This actual helicopter does fly pretty good. I like it. Uh, the looks is really outstanding. Of course, Cohen Sims. You know what? I got to get out of this. I can't stand this. Okay, so I changed. Let me get something to drink here. Okay, so I changed locations just so I can be fair with this with the 500E. The other location, I'm not sure what was going on there, but the stuttering was just horrible. So again, this is the 500E. As you can see, the pedal turns are easy. It doesn't wander all over the place. Go forward, get your little speed going, it's no problem. Bring the nose up, power back. Just kind of hold her on. And then back her up. No problems at all. It's a little sensitive, a little bit more sensitive than I like, but it's not bad. The sound is good. Cohen Sims seems like they've got their sound down pretty good. Now I will say about this one, you can crank and bank on this one. And then bringing the collective all the way down is not too much of a problem. Then slowly bring it back in, lower the nose, get her into a decent hover. And I haven't trimmed this one at all, so as you can see, it has a little bit more control on hover. It is hard to find that sweet spot for some reason, like the 206. Just very hard to find that sweet spot. Other than that, a really, really nice helicopter. Okay, let's go to the Bell 407. Okay, so we're at the we're on the Bell 407, and as you can see, model very nice. One of the older helicopters with Microsoft Flight Sim. But when it first came out, it was a horrible piece to fly, horrible. But I think they made some updates, some changes, and it's doing good. As you can see, our avionics is on, not having any problems with that. So we'll pick her up to a hover here. And we'll move over to the grass. Pedal turns are pretty good. They wander just a little bit, but not bad. My biggest complaint about this whole helicopter is the internal noise with the rudder pedals and stuff. It's just way too loud. So hovering, uh, this helicopter will lock in place. You could put it in a hover, go walk the dog and come back, and it's going to be sitting right there. Probably one of the best hovering aircraft or helicopters in flight sim. Hands down, it's one of the best. Transition, much smoother. Watch the nose of this aircraft. Very smooth, very gentle. It's not wandering, it's not searching. I'm not having to, like this, constantly fight getting a nice straight and level flight. I'm pretty much hands off right now. It's trimmed out that well. So you can fly for miles and miles and never get tired of this. Banks, it's, pretty daggone close to the real deal. Pretty close. Sound, not the best sound, but if you don't want to, wear yourself out with noise fatigue, it's pretty good to fly. Other than that, if you want, if you want the real deal sound, this is lacking on that part of it. Okay, so here's collective all the way down. Collective's all the way down. We're falling, but it's so gentle. It doesn't even hardly seem like you are falling. I'm having to put too much input in. We'll get that 40 knots going as close to 40 as we can. Little bounce there. But this helicopter is smooth. It's the smoothest one, I think, on the market. I have the MI-17, which is a handful. You have to keep your hand on everything. The Cabra is okay. It's pretty sensitive. The Mitsubishi, I think 117, needs a lot of work. It's very, 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 it just doesn't feel like the real deal. Now I've got a lot of time in 206s, got actual time in R22s, R44s, R66. The R66 model just came out, pretty damn good. They've got that thing nailed pretty good. It's just how you set it up on your stick to get it to smooth out a little bit, but it looks beautiful. The 206 looks good, sounds good, but a little too sensitive. The 500, I've never flown a 500 for real, so I don't know how to compare it. But just flying it on the simulator, it's not really bad. But again, you're having to hands-on fly it pretty much all the time. So anyway, that's that's my deal on these helicopters. I like them all, no question about it, but my favorite is the 207, hands down. Just one of the best flying helicopters out there. As far as being realistic, I think it's the closest. I know noise is a good immersion to have, kind of makes you feel like you're in the real deal, but when you're having to work yourself to death to fly it, you will tend not to fly it very long. This helicopter here, you can fly it 100 miles, no problems. Had my trim too far back. Let me neutralize my trim. See what we got here. Yeah, I had a little too much aft trim. So yeah, she's good now. Okay, so anyway, I just thought I would make a video of my opinion on those helicopters, and if you have them all, I'd love to know what your favorite one is. Okay, other than the stuttering, I'm sorry about all the stuttering. Sorry about the the avionics stuff not being online with the other helicopters, but that just happens. That's Microsoft. That's Xbox. Typical stuff. So, all right. I'll talk to y'all later.